Hello and welcome back. And in today's video, I want to talk about a rather major decision I've made regarding the future of the Raiz ETF portfolio. And that is namely the selling of a good portion of it just now to pay off the remaining balance on my mortgage and become totally debt free. I want to go through sort of what that means for the future as well. But with that said, let's get into it. So as you can see from the balance on screen, the account currently sits at $154,000 approximately, which is quite decreased from its last update when I was around 275, and that is because as of a few days ago, I sold off $120,000 worth of shares, which is a massive sale, and it is a very big decision by most measures. And for a lot of people listening right now and that have followed me for a long time, this may strike you as somewhat abrupt or sudden. However, this is actually something that I've thought about for a very long time, a number of years actually, ever since the account got to the size of my mortgage. It's been something that's sort of ticked away at the back of my head. And for the most part, I've just sort of kept investing, kept investing, kept investing. And honestly, it's just, the last few years have been really, really good in the market. Last 2 years especially, you can see most of my gains here are essentially from the end of 2023 to now. And now that the portfolio was over twice the size of the remaining mortgage, I decided I wanted to basically be done with it. Basically, just take some money off the table. You know, while the market's in a relatively good position, and be done with it. Be done with the mortgage forever. I'm very much a person that I like to be able to just focus on one thing, and I don't like to be sort of half measure either way. So I decided that I was going to take 120 grand from the Raiz portfolio plus some other small holdings I had in other sort of accounts, and with all of them combined, pay off the mortgage and just absolutely be done with it. And I'm aware of the ramifications of this. I know that I'm going to have to pay a fair amount of capital gains tax. Well, it shouldn't be too bad because the grand majority of the portfolio is long-term holdings, so I'll get a 50% decrease there. But still, it'll be a reasonable tax bill. And a lot of this, honestly, for me, is for peace of mind. It's more of a psychological thing than anything else. I mean, to me, there's just something about being totally debt free and being able to, no matter what happens, have my house, have no more mortgage payment, and be able to entirely focus on investing going forward, regardless of what happens in the world or happens in the market or whatever. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's it's something that it's a bit of a psychological thing to see my portfolio go from, approaching 300k to down to 150. But honestly, um, when I think about it, this is basically just taking me back, a little bit 2 years ago. Like if I look back, it was around the 140s, 150s, end of 2023. So I'm pretty confident that um, my portfolio will recover very, very, very quickly, especially now that I don't have or won't have a mortgage to worry about going forward. Um, I'll be able to invest a lot more. My goal is to get back to 200k by the end of this year and basically back to where I was, at my peak around 275, 280, whatever you want to call it, by the end of next year. I'm pretty confident that even working no overtime each day, I'll be able to invest 100, $125 a day, you know, maybe up to $200 a day when I work a lot of overtime, but that's on a case by case basis. So for all those wondering, this is not the end of the Raiz portfolio story. No, no, no. This isn't the beginning of the end. It's the end of the beginning. This is going to be a new chapter in sort of the investing journey, and one where I've, thanks to this portfolio and my investing, I've been able to, at a single stroke, take care of the biggest debt that most people will incur in their lifetimes and still have a six-figure sum left over, which I think, for someone that's, not even 40 yet, is a fairly respectable feat. And I'm not at all ashamed of the decision that I've made. I'm very, very comfortable with it, and I am looking forward to seeing what I can do without the encumberment of a mortgage there. But let me know your thoughts anyway, guys. What's your take on the sort of investing versus paying down mortgage and all that sort of thing? I know that it's kind of a divisive topic and all that sort of thing. So look forward to hearing your thoughts anyway. But for me, like, at least psychologically, it makes sense to me. And yeah, going forward, I think this is going to be something that, at least from multiple perspectives, is going to be better for me. So with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next update. I do plan to probably start doing weekly updates again for those that are keen on sort of seeing my progress going forward. I do plan to sort of ratchet this up a notch now that I don't have a mortgage, and I want to sort of get back to commentating on the market and giving my thoughts about what's going on. But I will talk more about that soon. But for now, bye.